Yes, indeed. Hi, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Black History Challenge. I'm going to show you some easy step by step portraits. Hi, welcome, everybody. I hope you guys are ready to roll. So, it's going to be a fun, jam packed activity. I'm super excited. Today, we're going to be painting Dorothy Dandridge, you guys, and we're going to be chatting and talking all about it. And of course, you can see all the materials that we're going to be using off to the side over there. Let me bring you guys a little bit closer, okay? I don't have to be like yelling. But yeah, you're going to be able to hear. You're going to be able to see all the materials we're going to be using off to the side over there. We're going to use acrylics today, and I'm super duper excited. So, without further ado, let's get into the background painting. You guys know I like to start with the background and then we'll kind of work our way from the top on the way down. But how's everybody doing today? Happy hump day wherever you are around the world. Happy Black History Month. We are still in the middle of Black History Month, you guys. Yes. Happy Black History Month. Now, because we're using acrylics today, I did not whip out my paint early. You guys know I don't do that. Especially because acrylics dry so quickly, guys. They dry so quickly. I'm just gonna pop it a little bit. I have my palette paper out. This is palette paper that I have right here. And I'm actually gonna put out a little bit of white. A little bit of white. I don't want to use a lot of white. And today we're using a new fun color. The background is going to be a nice teal color, even though the reference photo kind of has like a green, kind of like hunter green color. But yeah, we're going to use a nice little like thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and I forgot that I want to pop out my thing so I can actually see the chat. But yeah, how you guys doing? If you happen to be pun the replay, go ahead and put down hashtag replay crew. I have a clue what the hell is on my paint or what's really going on. So you see, we just winging it at this point. So we're gonna pop out, and of course I have my little spray bottle over here on the corner. Spray a little bit of it. I can't find my Stay Wet palette, which is weird. I cleaned up, and I can't find my Stay Wet palette. Ooh, okay. I'm looking for the color I need. Ooh, found it. So, you guys know I love pop art. What in the world is- You guys know I love pop art and all the things. So, we're still going with that pop art vibe. And basically, that's what I'm showing you here today is the pop art vibe. Now, I'm whipping out my beautiful turquoise color. This color is by Golden. As you can see, it is well loved. Beautiful, gorgeous color. It's actually teal, but turquoise teal, about the same thing. It's all in the big T's. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what we're going to be using. Okay. Turquoise teal. It's all the same thing. Ooh. And look at that. You can see there's a lot of yellow inside of this green. Look how it's like seeping out yellow. I'm actually gonna move my chat down. Gonna move that down just a smidge. It was not in the way. And I'm gonna put my thing over here. But yo, I hope you guys are having a wonderful week so far. Catch me up. I want to know what you guys have been up to. If you're painting along with me, I would love to know. Let me put my little chat over here so I can see what's going on. All right, so I have my big brush and I'm gonna go straight in with this turquoise color. And this is my big giant, like I don't even know what size this brush is. This is a size 30 silver blender, jumbo blender brush. Just in case you guys are wondering. I'm gonna dab a little bit of the excess water off. And I'm gonna get right into this turquoise paint. I'm gonna get right into it. And we're gonna start like covering up the background with the things that we need. And look at that. See, when you have the bigger paintbrush, you can cover a lot more of an area. And this is really, really good paint. So I get a lot more coverage with this paint because it's really, really good. Watch the hair and stuff like that. I'm watching the hair. I want to mess up the hair. I want to kind of keep that whole thing going. But I'm still kind of working quickly so I can. I'm still kind of working quickly so I can get enough coverage. Ooh, like leaking water, y'all. Oh, water. But as you can see, even though it's like super watered down, it's still. Oh my god! Like major water. Hold on, y'all. Ooh, that's like dripping all over me. Like that's gonna drive me crazy. I had to get that off. Like, what is going on? Oh, it's like all in the barrel. Mm. Oh, well, I don't think I like that. Ooh, it's like ew. It's like all in there. Oh man. So you know we're gonna have to go in and do another coat because it's gonna be super wet and just try not to get your brush too wet. And I don't know why. It leak down in there. Now it's gonna have water droplets all over. Look at that. It's like so watery. But it's still so much coverage, even though it's super watery. That's how good that paint is. And it looks really blue on the screen, but it's not really that blue. It's actually um a green, like a green color. It's like almost like a blue green. Like I said, a turquoisey color. All right, so I feel like we got the gist of what we wanted. This brush is for the birds, man. This is why you got to get a decent brush. This brush is like leaking all over the place. It's so disgusting, you guys. It is so disgusting. It's like freaking me out. My hand is like so wet and nasty right now. Ew. I hate it here. We hate it here. Hated it. Anybody seen that in Living Color episode? Hated it. Hi, Vera Michaels is in the house. How are you? Happy hump day. Welcome to the stream. Oh my god. Okay, we got rid of that brush because that is disgusting. Disgusting. So we're gonna end up, because it's so streaky and nasty and weird, we're gonna end up actually going ahead and doing a second coat on this, but that's after we finish the portrait. So don't worry about kind of doing that and stuff like that right now. This is awesome. Vera says this is awesome. I love what you're doing here. And I love Dorothy Dandridge, one of the first black actresses in Hollywood. Yeah, she is one of the first black actresses. And speaking of that, we'll get into like the bio about her, but she's a phenomenal woman. Another pivotal black figure that basically set the tone for a lot of actresses in the entertainment world. Well, she was one of the first black actresses to be nominated for an Academy Award, which was absolutely insane during that time. It was like 1950s when basically stuff was still like segregated. So that was like chef's kiss right there to be nominated for something like that, for real. All right, let's dry. Let's dry, dry, dry. But thank you. Thank you, Vera. I appreciate you. Alrighty then, and we're back and better than ever, right? All right, so give your painting or whatever you're doing, whatever you're painting on, a few seconds after you blow dry it to kind of cool down, so you're not warping your paint or anything like that. But you definitely want this background to be dry before you decide to do anything else. And don't forget, you guys, if you're loving this video, if you're loving the live stream, don't forget to love it, like it, and subscribe. It helps us sister out. Thank you. Oh, ew. Oh, ew. Had to grab a wipe. That's one of the good things about having kids. You always have wipes. Handy dandy wipes around. I'm wiping the back of my painting because it's a panel. It's actually a panel. It's not a full canvas. I'm wiping it down. I don't want to get my hand in the paint because that's nasty. That's nasty, okay? That's real But what are you working on, Vera? You said you're working on a project. Fill us in. What are you guys working on? If you're painting along with me, what are you working on? I would love to know. I forgot to record that. We forgot to record that, but it's okay. All right. So usually I like to put a underpainting on our portrait, some sort of weird green or red underpainting. But in this particular case, I'm going to um turn that light out. It was a little too bright. But in this particular case, I'm going to do my outlines first, and then I will come in and do the oi, 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 and put my fan on. I don't know about y'all, but wherever it's super hot today for some reason. I don't know why, but it's like real hot today, y'all. All right, so I got my black Posca pen. You guys know I love my handy dandy Posca pen, so in case you guys want to get it, screenshot it. There you go. I was like, what the hell is that? Okay, cool. A lot of this stuff is probably going to be lost in translation or whatever, but you end up kind of going back over it later. But you got to get that iconic Hollywood starlet kind of hair. Got to get those waves. And in her case, she had beautiful hair, right? So, I mean, even though they fry, it was laid, fried and laid back then. They did some serious. Could you imagine getting a perm back then? Jesus Christ, I can't even imagine getting a perm back then for real. I can't even imagine it. Anybody seen that the opening? There's an opening like credit or opening scene for the movie Malcolm X that was done by who the hell was it done by? I don't know. His name eludes me at this point, but it was an opening credit done by Malcolm X. I mean, done for the Malcolm X movie, where as soon as the movie starts, it shows him getting a perm. This is 1940, like, I don't even know, 1930, 1940. And it shows him getting a perm and it burning the hell out of his hair. It's still no different today, but it's a little less like daunting and scary and all of that stuff. But they show him getting burned to death with this perm, and then like the cops kind of come in, the coppers, whatever you want to call them, kind of come in and do their thing. And they take him to jail with the perm still half in his head, and the whole side of his head gets burned to death. Oh, I cannot. Like, how did that happen? You know what I mean? How did it happen, my guy? So, could you imagine back then dealing with something like that? You know? Especially you about to go to jail. You about to get locked up with a perm in your hair burning the hell out of your head. Like, stop it. Right now. Stop it now. So part of the fun part about pop art is that you can do these like fun outlines. And if you happen to not have a Posca pen, say you don't really have Posca pens, you can do the same thing with a paintbrush. Get a small paintbrush, maybe like a small paintbrush, something like this, like a small round paintbrush, and you can do the same lines with that, with like a black outline or any sort of color you want to do. Like if you wanted to do something fun, other than that, good, good. Yeah, but I couldn't even imagine having to deal with. And she had these like beautiful earrings in her ear. It's basically that era. Sorry, my hand is like in the way, but yeah, that era back then, they had gorgeous jewelry. They had wonderful style and stuff like that. Like out of this world for real. Mm, mm. I don't know if y'all seen the movie they did a couple of years back about her life. And of course they got Halle Berry to play her, which is such a privilege and wonderful thing. I'm sure she was like gagging, like given the privilege to actually be able to play somebody like her. And she's an actress herself, so like it comes full circle. You know what I mean? And you know what? Funny enough, she was one of the first actresses that I've done on this channel from back then that actually did her eyebrows. Which is crazy. Funny enough, she has some slayed eyebrows. You hear me? Dorothy Dandridge was not coming to play with y'all with them eyebrows. She like my eyebrows about to be slayed, bitch. Don't play with me. I'm about to get these eyebrows. Yeah, I've seen that episode. I'm great, thank you. Okay, yeah. It was a very good. I was like, I said they can't. Oh yeah, I can remember his name to save my life, but it's Spike Lee. Oh man, it's Spike Lee, y'all. That's what I was talking about. His movie basically Malcolm X. And if you don't know who Spike Lee is, what you're doing with your life? Spike Lee is one of those. Spike Lee is a legend for real. Sorry, I'm doing the eyes and I'm kind of blocking the way. I'm so sorry about that. But your girl has fat hands, and that's what we're doing. Yeah. Hmm. So yeah, Spike Lee is one of my favorite filmmakers of all time for real. But him and Steven Spielberg. So Spike Lee, the two S's. Spike Lee, Steven Spielberg, who else is there? Wes Craven. I love scary movies. If you guys haven't figured that out, but if you haven't figured it out, what you doing with your life? Have you been watching? Have you been watching me? I don't know. Like, what you doing with your life? And then it's crazy. Like, if you really think about it, Dorothy Dandridge was. I think she came out before um Marilyn Monroe. So she was basically like the black Marilyn Monroe. Gorgeous body, gorgeous face, hair on point. I mean, sex appeal on point. Come on now, you couldn't have got no better than that. I'm not surprised about the sex appeal though. I mean, she was a Scorpio. You know them Scorps be giving the sex eyes. They may not know how to do nothing else, but they'll give you some sex eyes, boy. Like what you trying to do? I don't know. What you trying to do? They know how to give them sex eyes. Like, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. They know how to give the sex eyes, y'all. Anyway, so uh funny, funny, funny. But anyway, for a time period, I used to be super obsessed. I was super obsessed with the 20s era, 20s era, and like old Hollywood pretty much when they would like everybody was like bleaching their hair. I mean, you could tell like it was the 20s and the 30s based off of what people had on, cuz everybody seemed to work for the same studio, MGM or Paramount. I can't believe Paramount been around so long. But anyway, Paramount, MGM, all of those different studios that was around, and you know what I mean? Where's that? Where's my chat? Like, oh my god. Can't see though. My chat up there. But yeah, MGM was around very long time. But you could tell it was basically old Hollywood because they made everybody look the same, especially the women. And it was actually quite eye opening to see how much they used to like primp the actresses and make them look at that time. Like if you actually read into like some of these actresses like Audrey Hepburn. Audrey Hepburn, believe it or not, was a Mexican. She is a Mexican. Well, she was a Mexican, right? She's not alive anymore, but she was a Mexican. So she had dark hair, like she was still gorgeous. You knew it was her, but she had dark hair. She looked like from Mexican descent, and they remade her into a white woman. It was crazy. Like if you seen the transformation of how she actually looked once they finished kind of like remaking her and doing all the things. So that's how you knew it was just doing like movie magic and blah 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 blah. Hi Danielle chat. Hey Leo lady, how are you, honey? How are you? How are you feeling? Happy hump day. I hope you guys are doing well out there. Welcome to the midday huddle, right? We're doing a little Dorothy Dandridge and other fun activities. All right, let's try this because even though this is I can't even talk properly. Our outline, it is acrylic, so we got to make sure it's dry, right? So let's dry it. All right, boom, and we're dry. And we're back and better than ever. Oh man. And don't forget y'all to hit that like button. Hit that like button because it helps me out. Let me know if you're liking today's video. Makes me very happy. All right, so now once we got our outline in, we did a little bit of the background. We're making good progress. We're going to let me take off this sweater because it's like super hot today. I don't know what's going on. I have my green paint off here to the side still. We're gonna get that. Look, this one is already dry. You see it? Because the humidity up in here is cray cray. All right, so pretty much dry enough, but you know, acrylics truly does not fully dry. Um, yeah. Record. Let's record. All right, now I'm gonna get into my green paint. You know that's like my favorite underpainting at this point, especially when it comes to pop art. Super exciting. Get that brush nice and liquidated. Mm. Get that brush going. Hi, y'all. Feeling better now. I'm checking out the painting. Oh, you feel? Oh, you were sick? I didn't know you were sick. I'm glad you're feeling better though. And then we're just gonna go over this. You see that? We're just gonna go over it right here. Go over it. Now it's pretty transparent, right? As you can see, it's really transparent. So we're just gonna go over it. And that's gonna give us our underpainting. It's gonna give us exactly what we need. And this is why I said that you need to make sure that your marker or whatever you're using as an outline is actually dry. You need to make sure it's dry. Like, look, this isn't fully dry. Starting to lift on me. But that's okay. It isn't fully dry, y'all. Alright, keep your brush wet a little bit, but you don't want it to be soaking wet like it was on the background. And again, this is the beginning stages, so everything's gonna look really hideous in the beginning. Right? That's the ugly stage of it. Gonna look really crazy in the beginning. I mean, and I feel like you could really do some fun stuff with this sort of composition. Like if you wanted to just leave it green, you could do that and just like build up the layers, maybe add other colors and stuff like that. You could do that too. This thing is still wet. Just going over here. Fill in whatever you see. And there you go. I mean, that gives you an interesting kind of underpainting to kind of get things together and do what you feel like you need to do. You guys are talking. Vera says, I'm painting a ocean scene, but I'm stopping so I can watch your painting. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. You can always just play me in the background too, you guys. If you're watching something or you're doing something important, you could always just play me in the background and listen to me rant about nothing. Listen to me rant, y'all. Play me in the background. All right. Neil, we got that down pat. Look how easy that was, right? Easy peasy. We only on step 3 and we got quite a bit done at this point. Now, you could turn around, like look at the color that's changed. That's a cute color right there. You see you add a little bit of that green to that blue? Well, yeah. All right, we got to dry it again, so we're going to go and dry. Alrighty then. Uh-uh. I know what it is. My camera is getting hot, you guys. So it blanked out for a minute. My camera's getting hot. No, it's not having a good time. It's getting hot. That's why my camera's like, excuse me. We about to black out on you because not you having us hot up in here. Yes, equipment gets hot too, especially on a hot day. And I'm like running the dryer too, so sorry. That's why my camera's like, we about to black out on you because we ain't doing that. I had to cool her down a little bit. Let's cool her down. You okay, baby? Are you okay, honey? Uh-oh. Like, are you okay, honey? Here you go. Look, it just turned around on me too. Look at this. Wait a minute, let me fix it, y'all. I'll be right back. Okay, so you know it wouldn't be my stream unless there's some sort of issue going on. All right. Sorry, you guys, about all the technical difficulties. My camera wasn't having it. It was like overheating and having problems with issues, and then it started bugging out and it was like turning around. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, moving on. Let's move on to the next section here. And I'm so happy. Hey, hey Jada. Hi. Hi, everybody. And I'm so happy you guys are chatting while I'm having all sorts of technical, all sorts of issues. All right, now let's work on the hair. So I'm gonna put out some more paint. Hopefully, I have issues. What do I want? I don't know. So I have different colors here off to the side. I wanted like a purple color, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to get that, am I? We'll put out a little bit of black. We'll call it a day. Putting out carbon black. Even though I really wanted like a purple color, but for some reason I can't find my purple color. Right? Murphy's Law. Can't find the purple. So, gotta improvise, right? You gotta improvise. Getting out my different paints I need. All right. So I can't find my purple, so we're gonna have to mix the purple that I actually want and need. We're gonna have to mix it. Putting out yellow ochre, burnt umber. And putting out burnt sienna. And putting out my magenta. I run out of this color so much. It's not even funny how much I run out of this color. And I need blue. But do I have a blue? I don't think so. And then I found my blue. Yay. Very exciting. Now let's put out some blue. Alrighty then. What you guys talking about? Alio lady, thank you. Y'all out there having a good time chatting. I like that. All right, so this is dry. We're gonna go in and we're gonna do the hair. So I'm gonna get out. I know this stream is super chaotic, but I'm sorry about that, you guys. It's like so chaotic. Like, come on, Becky. All right, I'm gonna get out my round brush. And I don't know what it is. I'm just feeling like super hyper and super chaotic today. That's how my energy is. All right. Since I can't find my purple, I'm going to mix blue. Blue. With magenta. And voila. It's like magic. Purple. Blue and magenta. You guys, it looks black on your end, but it's really not black. So, yeah. So, let's go in and do the hair. The hair is pretty dark on. It looks dark, at least from what I'm seeing, what we're both seeing. But we're gonna dab in anyway. Let me hit record really quickly. Record it. And so this is gonna be mostly, and then I'm like dabbing, going in and just doing a little bit of dab work right there. And towards the bottom, I'm gonna add a little more black. It's gonna be like a blue black, like a blue, like a blue, whatever you want to call it, blue. But that's just at the base of the hair. I'm gonna add that, so it's gonna be like magenta, pinks, purples at the top, and then like a dark base of whatever else is going on. Let me move it down a little bit so y'all can actually see what's going on. It'll be like a blue black on the sides here. But you can, I mean, if you happen to be doing this, like if you following along with me, especially for those of you that are on Patreon that have the coloring page or the traceable, like you know, you could do whatever color you want to do. You don't have to do. You don't have to do whatever I'm doing, sis. Just do you. Now, I started on the right side of her face because I'm right-handed. I mean, I started on the left side of her face because I'm right-handed, and I don't want to stick my hand in the paint. That's what that is. Yeah, perms. Ooh, child. Vera, you don't even know. If you never had a perm, they can be brutal, you know? But that's like, that's like for most black girls, that's like, the rite of passage of black people. And back then, the men permed their hair because it wasn't no such thing as like being like all natural or like being yourself or living in your own truth or whatever. You couldn't do that, you know? Like there was a movie I was watching. I don't know if it was a movie, but it was like a show where basically in the show, move this forward a little, because it's in the shot. I don't want it in the shot. So basically in the show or whatever, um it was a show or a movie called Hair. Has anybody seen that movie? It was a movie called Hair. And in it they basically showed how, and it's not the one with Chris Rock. It's not the one with Chris Rock. It was some other movie. But anyway, in the movie they show how, especially in the 80s, when weaves and stuff first came out, and even up into the 80s, like you couldn't wear your regular hair to work. I remember my mom saying that. Like she said, you couldn't wear your regular hair to work. You couldn't do anything like that. If you wore dreads or anything like that, you would get fired. You couldn't wear dreads to work. And the only people that really wore dreads and stuff back then was people Rastafari. If you guys are familiar with that culture, with Jamaican culture, in particular Rastafari culture, where they only wear like dreads and use like natural products and they don't eat pork, da 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 da. So in the 80s and 90s, during the Rastafari culture, for those of you that are Caribbean in the chat, back me up. Let me know. Check my facts. But you wasn't. Those are only ones back then in the 80s that was wearing the dreads and the natural hair. They was on that natural hair kick before anybody ever was on that natural hair kick. But you could never wear your natural hair. I remember that, you know? So I could imagine what it was like for her as a black woman. No matter how light skinned she was still a black woman, right? And I can imagine what it was like for her going into trying to be a movie star, going into the workplace. You had to bleach, blonde, burn. You had to do all of that. You had to burn your hair up and do all sorts of nonsense just to survive in them streets. Okay? You wasn't coming up in there with no all natural. Like you couldn't be coming up in there with no afro. They would have you would have never had a job. I mean, and it's like so cringy and shameful to kind of think about it today. But that was their life. Like I remember even in the 80s, 90s, when I was like a little girl, in the 90s, I was like, in my teens or whatever. And I remember even in the 90s, my mom would go to work to Manhattan. She would get put on her dress suit and the her pantsuit, and she would wear, I mean, she was dressed to the nines. She had on the nice earrings and all that stuff. She had on, but you had to wear weave. You had to have silky hair. Makeup had to be on point. Yeah, all that stuff was going down. It was no games being played back then. You could not embrace your true culture in no workplace over there. They wasn't having it at all. It was like, oh really? You want to be embracing your culture? I don't think so. Goodbye. Wasn't embracing nothing. I mean, it was so ingrained in us that even to this day, my mom, she would never wear her natural hair out. Never. Ever. Like she would never could never fathom even wearing her natural hair because it's in her. It's like so ingrained in us that You know, you wasn't beautiful unless you had a weave, da 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 da, blah blah blah, whatever, whatever. And now, don't get me wrong, like I love, to me, I love weaves and all of that stuff. I mean, this is a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. I'm just saying, hit that like button if you feeling my conversation. I'm just saying that, yeah, that was the vibe of the whole thing back then, for real. Um, that was the vibes. You just couldn't. You didn't have no choice, and that's why it's like so. It makes me really angry when people, especially nowadays, when you hear like some people like, "Oh well, you know, them boomers wasn't doing what they had to do. That's why this, that, and the third is happening." Y'all don't even know what it was like for our parents. Our parents was going through hell. Like I remember her boys used to speak to her like she was a dog, and you couldn't say shit. You couldn't say nothing. It's not like now where you can be like, "Oh no, you didn't. Oh no, you didn't say that to me." Da 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 da. You couldn't do any of that shit. I heard Prince had a perm too. He did have perm. He did have perm. That's what I'm saying. Even and in the 80s, it was the Jerry curl. I had a Jerry curl. I need to find that photo for y'all, but I had a Jerry curl, and that shit was horrific. The Jerry curl was even worse. I need to do like hair throughout history. That's yes. I need to do a whole tutorial about hair throughout history. All right, so we're gonna keep going. I don't want to. I'm afraid to dry it because I don't want my camera to heat up and then shut off on you guys. So I'm gonna like leave it to dry on its own and do whatever's do. And we're gonna head down to the face. Matter of fact, let me do. Hold on. But yeah, like Prince had a perm. All them guys had perms. All the men back in the day had perms. It wasn't until like the late 90s that people was like embracing their natural hair, and Queen Latifah, you had the braids, you had like the box braids, the African braids, you was getting all of that. Nobody was doing that before that. Nobody was doing that. For real. But I say don't judge past generations because you don't know what horrible things they went through so that we could be free to say what we want to say and do what we want to do. You feel what I'm saying? I mixed up a little bit of gray, and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do her eyes. Cause you guys know what I tell you all the time: the white to the eyes is not really white. Let's say it together, y'all. The white to the eyes is not really white. Huh? So let's go in. And I'm just doing a like a quick base coat of like gray or whatever. I know it looks darker than it is, at least on camera, but it really isn't that dark. It ain't that deep. Hmm. Yeah, Prince he had all that. That's why people like thinking like, oh, all of these like all the men that are like wearing like high heel shoes and like being androgynous and like fluid, gender fluid and stuff like that. That shit ain't nothing new. Prince was doing that in the 80s when people was laughing at him for them high heels. Prince was doing that in the 80s, my gal. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get in. I'm just gonna do a dark color, and we're gonna do her eyes. Yeah, that's not really nothing new, you know. I mean, Prince was doing it. Prince was basically ahead of his time because he was doing it when people didn't even understand what the hell he was doing. You know what I mean? Like people was like, "Oh, he must be da 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 da," like judging him or whatever. But that's what I say. Do what you want. Do what makes you feel happy. Do what put your heart on fire. On what makes your heart on fire. Do all of that stuff. I'm gonna definitely have to put some time stamps in here because. All right, let's get into some purple, and we're going to do quick eyebrow, or do a quick eyebrow, and I'm just gonna straight fill it in. Straight fill it in. I'm right into my black paint for. Right. See, it'll naturally dry by itself. It's still a little wet because it has a little texture in it, but for the most part, it will dry by itself. Yes, it will. All right, so I'm gonna make her lips super red. So I'm gonna get out my Posca pen, handy dandy Posca pen. Now, if you again, I always tell you if you don't have a Posca pen, just use whatever you got. Use your brush. Your brush will do the job, y'all. It will do the job. I'm gonna spray my paints because they drying out. They drying out, y'all. All right, so I'm gonna use my red. And I feel like this is gonna be too bright for her, but I'm gonna use it anyway. It's probably gonna be way too bright. Which means I'm gonna end up toning it back. Which is fine, but just to get something on it, I'm gonna use. More than likely, I'm really gonna end up toning it back because it is kind of bright. But I mean, it is a pop art piece, right? So fine. It's so that's gonna be so bright. Like I said, the fun part about doing pop art is that do stuff like that. I like it. Again, this is our first layer. And we can go back in and do more if we need to, but I like it. I think it looks pretty. Spike Lee is one of the few black directors and one of the best directors in Hollywood. Exactly. Spike Lee's one of the very few, and he's still super active in the filmmaking scene. He's still making shows up until like um he just made a show like she gotta have it. It's basically a remake of one of his movies that he did back in the 80s, and that was a hit show on Netflix I think for a little while. I mean, he's everything that you could possibly think of. You know what I'm saying? Real. This is a mess. But here we are, right? That. And we're gonna do a quick eyelash. Quick eyelash, baby. A lot of the stuff you're gonna be doing half the time is doing a lot of layers anyway when it comes to acrylic paint. Doing a lot of layers. Lots and lots of layers. I'm just reinforcing those lines that I seen. Reinforcing. And she has some beautiful beauty marks. I know those are not really popular now, but I mean, it was definitely popping. Or like costume jewelry and stuff like that. That's what it's called, costume jewelry. My grandmother used to call it that. She'd be like, give me some of that costume jewelry over there. That's what she called it, costume jewelry. I'd be like, okay, costume jewelry, girl. All right, now let's paint the face. Let's go in and do that. Neil. Oh, you know what? Let me move over to my other brush. Very pretty, very good. All right. I don't know what step that is, but who's keeping count, right? Not I. Let's see, let's see. I need, what brush do I need? I don't know. I need one of these damn brushes. I need one of these brushes. Oh, this is the brush I want right here. Oops, sorry, you guys. My Princeton brush. Now, for the most part, you guys know how I feel about dirty water. Like if you happen to be at home, you taking a break, clean, change your water out. For me, I'm okay. We're not changing it out at this point, but yeah. All right. Paint is slowly drying out, so I'm gonna get some of this. I use the same palette all the time, so y'all, for most of y'all should be familiar with this. Yellow ochre, magenta, the two bit of that. And it don't even have to be like an exact thing. I'm just plopping down colors how I see them. Okay. Doing right now. That's what we doing. Alright. Going in this. That. Pop that color in. And again, I'm gonna move quickly because it is acrylic. If you guys happen to be watching this, especially upon the replay, if you have any questions, go ahead and pop them down below. I'm gonna move down her face. Gonna come right about here. Pop this. Pop it in, baby. I need to turn. I need a new rag over. All right, now I'm gonna get some of this. Gonna get some of that. Add a little bit of white to it. Now, in this case, usually I tell y'all don't be adding a bunch of white, especially if you're gonna do African American skin. But in her case, you can do that because she's pretty light and bright, right? So can add it, can't we? We can, and we shall. Right? There you go. Right? Trying to give you what you're looking for. Oh my God. Has anybody seen? Have y'all been watching? Did y'all watch the Super Bowl? What is it? Halftime party? Whatever you call it. Girl, Rihanna killed it out there. I know some people was like they wasn't feeling Rihanna, but I was. I don't know why people were saying that, but I guess because so many people like was comparing it maybe to Beyonce's Super Bowl thing. Like, I'm like, okay, don't kill me, y'all, but I don't really like Beyonce like that. Oh man, here come the hive. They're gonna be like, "You're extinguished, whore." Like, don't kill me. I'm melting. Here come the hive. Don't kill her. She needs to be exterminated. Talk about she don't like Beyonce like that. I don't. I'm sorry, y'all. Not really a fan. You know. To each his own. You feel what I'm saying? To each his own, baby. Oh man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get some nasty comments. Like, what are you talking about? You don't like her? Da da da. No, I do not. I don't. And I mean, I'm not gonna say that she's not a good entertainer because she is. She is a good entertainer. Like, cause I watched her Super Bowl. I don't know if that was a past one or what, but that's how much I keep up with it, girl. Okay. Anyway, I watched her past one, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, she's a good ass entertainer. Is she like the best singer in the whole wide world? No, she's not, but she is a good ass entertainer. I was like, okay. Um, she will get down there and do it. You know what I mean? So I'm just going in, and I felt like I wanted to block her face in like this for some reason. I'm feeling like this blocky whatever action. I'm feeling it for myself. Are we feeling that? I don't know. But we're gonna go with it, right? Whether we're feeling it or not. I'm just teaching you guys like my technique and like how I feel about like pop art. And then I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna blend this out really quick. I normally wouldn't blend, but we're gonna blend it out today. Okay? I'm gonna blend. Just go with it. It's okay. Go with it. We're blending that out. We're blending, blending, blending. We are gonna go in and we're gonna blend that out, my gal. Yes, we are. Yeah, I mean, I could get why people like her a lot or whatever. But she does have like a good stage presence. She's like super whatever, whatever with like her community. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, nah, you know. But for me, I love Rihanna. Like Rihanna's the person for me. She's it. Rihanna's my person. Because we all have our people, right? We all have our people. And I guess like, what does that say about me that I'm not like a beehive girl? Huh. Is that like telling for you guys that oh she don't like the beehive or whatever? Like is that telling? I don't know. I don't really know. It might be telling, right? Maybe, kind of, sorta. Maybe, kind of, sorta. It might be super. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going to different variations of this brown, light brown, dark browns. Yeah, but I'm always wondering, like, is it, you know what I mean? Is it telling? And I'm kind of liking the green peeking through, so I'm not going to cover it up totally. I'm going to kind of leave some of it. I'm kind of liking that green action, right? I'm loving that green action. Uh, I feel like the side of her face is a little too. Yeah, so I'm gonna like, yeah. I feel like that was a little too dark, so I lit it up. Lit it up a little bit so it's not as dark, and there we go. Yay, super exciting. We love that for her. We love that for you, lovely. Yeah, we love that for you. Hmm. I'm going in. This is the nose part, so we're gonna go in with a lighter color. So this is the fun part about doing a pop art painting is that you can go in. Oops, sorry. And you can kind of do these like fun things, you know? You can do these super fun things. I like the pieces of green kind of peeking through. I really love that for some reason. So I'm gonna leave it to really give it a pop art type of feel. And I'm gonna fill in her ear really quickly. Fill it in, baby. Fill it in. Fill it in, my gal. All right, now I'm gonna put a little bit of a shadow over here, but it's not much. Like just to break it up. I won't make too much of a difference, but just to break it up. Just to add some interest. All right, now let's go in and add a little bit of white just to kill some of this stuff. And we're gonna go in and do the same thing here. Right up under the neck. That's just the way it is. And then we're gonna add that right here. I love your artwork. Oh, thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. I am a new hobby artist. Um, in my 60s. Okay. I can't read this chat properly. Hold on, let me look. Okay, I'm a new hobby artist in my 60s. I am learning a lot about painting skin tones from you. You are very talented. Oh, yay! That makes me so happy, you guys. Make sure y'all show Karen some love in the chat, y'all. Show her some love. Give her some encouraging words. Yes. That makes me so happy. And you know, I didn't, well, you don't know because you said you're new here. Welcome to the family. But I started doing art later on in life too. Very late in life, I started doing art. I'm going to get some pink here. Right? I'm going to put some pink. I like that pink color. And I'm so happy you're here though. And if you have any questions, definitely let us know. Yeah, but show us some love in the chat, y'all. And even if you on the replay, send a nice comment to Karen, huh? Let me tell you, when I first learned how to paint, right, I struggled so hard to find, you know what I mean? Like, I struggled so hard to find like a community that I felt like welcome and that I felt like it was okay to be new at painting. 'Cause I think a lot of people forget that everybody like started somewhere. Even Picasso learned how to paint and draw from his dad. Like his dad just picked up he just picked up the brush from his dad, and his dad used to take him out to see like bullfighting and stuff like that, and he learned how to paint from his dad. And he went on to become way more famous than his dad, but everybody learned somewhere, and I think a lot of people forget that. And I found like when I was joining certain communities, I felt like I was being shamed, you know what I mean? Like, or not as accepted or whatever. I don't know how to explain it, but I didn't really feel as accepted. So I was like, if I ever get to the point where I can have my own community, I want to make sure I'm making people feel loved and accepted. And you're definitely loved and accepted. All right, so now we're gonna put in. I don't know if what? Is Rita in the house? Rita, Rita, what is poppin'? Hi, hi, Rita. Rita's in the house, y'all. Yeah. And a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a little bit of this. Oh man, I'm messing up my favorite shirt. I should have took it off. All right, I'm trying to blend here. Is it working? Not really. Because I'm afraid to dry anything because I don't want my camera to bug out. Not be drying anything. We will not be drying anything today. Okay? Now you see how I can get that nice blend right there because those two pieces of paint right there is still wet, right? So you can still blend it while it's wet. For real. Blend it while it's wet, honey. But yeah, I was enjoying, you hear me? Enjoying. I was so enjoying that concert that Rihanna was giving. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was living for that. For real. Love me some Rihanna. But then people was like so brutal. Was so brutal with her. Like, oh, it's not that same as Beyonce, da 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 da. Why would it be the same as Beyonce? They two different people. What's wrong with y'all? You know what I mean? It's never gonna be the same as Beyonce for real. Two different people. Crazy. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. All in my life, all in my life. I'm just like, at this point, I'm equaling out her face, figuring out the parts that I feel like don't really go. I'm going in and I'm doing that. I'm going in and I'm doing that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why I keep hitting this microphone? This thing is so big. My brush is so big. My brush is so big. So anyway, that's the name of the game when you're doing a portrait is to try to figure out how to balance the features and like play around with certain things, whatever, whatever. That's the whole point of it, right? Not the whole point, but get it though, right? Kind of the point, not really the point. Kind of the point, but not really the point. Kind of the point. Not really. My water is so crazy and dirty. I can't. All right, so we're going in with this light color. Which is funny because she's kind of like this color, right? She is this color. All around my life, all around my life. See, now Rihanna's songs is in my head. Like shine bright like a diamond. Oh man, it's fun. Oh god. I can't and I won't. All in my life, all in my life. My mom was like did a song with Eminem one time. I don't remember that. When did she do a song with Eminem? I do not remember that at all. Bias at all. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All of my life, all of my Right, I'm going in with that darker, like reddish color. And go right about here. You guys have any question about certain things or why I'm doing certain things, just, pop it down in the chat. I'll try to answer it the best I can. I'm doing the best with what I got. Now you see that hard line would drive me crazy, but the good thing about that hard line is hmm, right here. I'm just popping this color in really quickly because I want to be able to blend it. So now that we got the three kind of things, you got, remember what I always tell you, dark lights go together, right? So, hey Rita, how are you, honey? Happy hump day. I hope you're doing good. So, here's my shadow, right? So we have shadow, the mid-tone, which is the lightest kind of color in this case. And this is really the mid-tone, really. And then this is the highlight, this one right here. So it gives the illusion of the arm turning in different directions. So now I'm going to take my brush. I'm going to go right along that line, right? I'm going to like blend it out. I mean, you don't have to blend it out, but I am, right? And then, because everything is still wet, right? And that's why I was going fast. Because everything is still super wet. You could even go back in if you don't like, maybe you blended too much out, you go back in, right? Yeah, go back in. And now she has an arm. Ooh, very exciting for you, honey. Very exciting. Okay, cool, cool. I'm still not gonna dry it because again, I'm scared. I don't want my camera to go like crazy and have like some sort of breakdown, so we're not drying it. Um, so what we're gonna do is, um, now she has this bustier thing on, right? Matter of fact, hold on. Let's fill in this back piece. Uh-oh, got too many colors in. Damn, I need some new water, y'all. Are we gonna be able to get it? I don't know. Can we add new water? Maybe. And um, alright. So she has this like bustier thing on, right? Beautiful silk, chiffon, lacy tint. It's just like the whole shebang in here. And funny enough, talking about Beyonce, she looks like Beyonce, doesn't she? Or Beyonce looks like her. She was like the Beyonce of her time, for real. Like she's the Beyonce of her time. Alright, so I'm gonna bring it down a little bit so it's not up her arm because you know you have a bustier on. Right, so put that back there. Ooh, I forgot about that arm. Hmm, very interesting. Hmm. Oh man, that water is so gross. It's getting nasty. I need to change it. It's gonna drive me crazy. Okay, I'd hate to do it because I know I'm live, but and I say this every time I go live. I'm like, oh, you know what? I need to make sure I get my water. I need to get more than one thing of water. Right? I say that every single time. I know y'all sick of it, but y'all sick of me. But it does. It needs to be changed because if it's not changed, it's gonna drive me insane. I hate for things to be super like dirty, like you know. I hate for things to be so dirty. Like oh my god. Ooh, she looks good, y'all. Right? On looking good, girl. Not you looking good. Now you know what yellow ochre is like my favorite color, right? Because you can get so many different colors with yellow ochre. So many different colors you can get. All right, so now that we kind of have the skin blocked in and all the things, it looks really good, really graphic, really poppy. Now, usually, because I'm like a pop art, good lord, because I'm like a realistic painter, uh, because I'm like a realistic painter, like usually I would blend this out and it would be like super smooth, but I love, sorry for like the weird, whatever that was. But I love this, right? So we're gonna just like lean into it for real. And I'm gonna get out my gray Posca pen. Here it is, you guys, if you want to see it. Here's his. This is the bigger one. This is not like the smaller one that I usually do. Okay, because they come in different sizes, so just know that. Especially if you happen to be in the Discord and you're looking at like the art supply list that I put in the Discord, you'll see that. Baby. Oh man. All right, let's do her bustier. We're gonna do it in gray first, and then we'll go back in with some more. Uh oh. I don't know why, but weird. Some weird activities. Don't go dead on me. Okay, we're back. See, my camera's like no. Oh man, I gotta do something to like cool my camera down or something. Cause when it gets hot, it's like not feeling it for real. Sorry about that, you guys. All right, let's try that again. Maybe I need to get like a separate fan for it or something. I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna use this gray. Just to get underpainting going. Yeah. Remember, this is gray, so yeah. Sorry, you guys, about all the technical difficulties. I gotta figure out another solution for my camera heating up and doing all sorts of nonsense. Doing all sorts of nonsense. Really warm day today. That's what it is. It's a really warm day, darling. And I'm gonna get the blue, and then I'm gonna go in with some white. And that's just like our regular gray. Right? Our regular gray kind of outfit. And I actually need to put some more white out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And let me put out more white. You spray my palette and all that. Oh, no, no, no. Oh man, I swear, it's like you get them songs in your head and they be stuck, absolutely stuck. Now I'm mixing like that yellow ochre in there, a little bit of that going. So we're giving just the impression of what it would have been. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna do like a full um render of like her bustier. We're not doing that. So I'm just doing an impression of kind of what it would look like and stuff like that. And then going straight in with the white, really. So it's gonna be like an impressionistic type of thing. And just doing a little dabs of white. To represent those little scallops along the way. Yes and yes. Look at that. Very nice. Very beautiful. Very nice. Very beautiful. Uh, I'm gonna put a little bit of a popping in some highlights a little bit where I see fit. Little bit of highlight. mm, mm, mm-mm. Butchering nose as we see. How y'all doing? Oh, I gotta I was just thinking about the things that I need to do to the face. Hmm. Go right in here, and this is like so watery, you guys. So watery. You keep down the water. Too much water in acrylic paint is not good. Really not gonna help you. Really, I'll wipe some of that out. Absolutely ridiculous. Hmm. All right, so we made some really, really, really good progress. Again, I wasn't going for it to be realistic, right? So, um, yeah, wasn't. Really was not going for it to be realistic. Here we are. Yeah. Here we are. Wow, I put this here. Making him look lopsided. Making you look lopsided, baby. And let's get a little bit of stuff right. I'm just looking at her face, and I'm trying not to look at the reference photo too much because I really don't want it to be like hyper realistic. I just want it to be as close as possible. That's like so weird to say, but I do want it to be close, but not like crazy. It's stunning. Thank you, Leo lady. I appreciate it. I'm glad you loving it. Yeah. So you guys know that we're almost at 3,000 subscribers. So woo! Thank you so much to all the new subscribers. Thank you so much to everybody that you know what I mean, that has been part of the channel, whether you just joined or you've been part of the channel for many years since the beginning. But yeah, I appreciate it. We almost hitting 3,000, so I'm gonna be doing a giveaway around that time. Um, I'm definitely gonna be doing a giveaway. And oh, my, my booty. My booty. So I'm gonna be doing a giveaway around that time. Once we hit a little over 3,000, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway, and of course, one of these paintings, pop art paintings, are gonna be actually included. Plus, I will send the pop art painting to one lucky subscriber, and I will also be giving away like a month subscription to my Patreon as well as other fun goodies. So make sure you guys stay locked. For real. Stay locked in. Let me know what's good. Stay locked in because it's definitely gonna be a lot of fun things coming up, bro. Lots of fun things coming up. So I'm just reinforcing my outlines once again, you guys. Once again. Oh, this is what I really wanted to. Nice little weird eyeliner, huh? Who doesn't like some thick eyeliner? I mean lip liner. That's an eyeliner. Not eyeliner. Not eyeliner. Ooh, she looks so pretty. She looks so pretty. In my fake British accent, she looks so pretty. Yes, yes, yes. That is definitely the pop art painting. That's the vibes I was looking for, okay? I was looking for those sort of vibes. All right, let's go back in with the gray thing. And if you guys are loving this, don't forget to hit that like button, you guys. It really helps my channel out. Hit the like button, share it out to all your friends and all the things. All right. I'm going in because she does have like these earrings on, these like gorgeous. I want to say that they're diamond earrings. I don't know whether they're diamond earrings or not. I hope they're diamond earrings. Right? I mean, if you're a movie star, a really big star, I would hope you would having on diamond earrings, but you never know. You never know. I mean, during that time, costume jewelry was definitely like the hottest thing out for costume jewelry was it, right? Um, it was no other. Mm-hmm. Just had to put the little arm in down there, even though you really wouldn't see that arm. Um, but I put it in anyway because you would probably have like a little peek of the arm, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, in anyway. Um, I'm going back into my magenta, and here's where I'm gonna get like. No, we're gonna go in. Let me record that really quickly. Record it. All right, good. Record, baby, record. Okay. And then we get a little bit of that, put it in. I love that. She looks gorge. What are we feeling? Are we feeling she looks gorge or no? I don't know. Let's go on top of that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And look at that. All in my life, all in my life. All right, now we go back in. I'm gonna take some of this out. I want that to be really dark right there. Even though it's blue, you guys can see that it's blue, but it's not gonna really show up as being. Look at that. I love that. We love that for her. We love that for her. She looks so pretty. Even though it was like so many technical difficulties during this live stream, and I'm sorry about that, you guys, but my gal looks good though, for real. I've been making a lot of like shorts and stuff for all in my life. All in my life. I've been making a lot of shorts, so you guys will be able to see it as a short in a couple of days. Well, tomorrow. Tomorrow will be up as a short. You guys want to catch that. Huh? So you never miss an opportunity to kind of see what's going on. Never miss an opportunity. All right. Now that we've done that, I'm very happy with it. And let's put another layer on this background in our dirty little waters. Dirty water. Oh hell no, I'm not getting that brush again. That brush be leaking and some more stuff. Not doing that. Like we're not doing that. And look how quickly that came together. What time it is? Well, listen, Linda. Listen, we made good time. It's only 4:13. This is record time for me, y'all. Okay? Record time. Look how quickly we made this pop art portrait, y'all. But it's not too quick, but it's quick enough. It's like an hour and some change, right? But yeah. Listen, you can't rush goodness, you know? There's no way to do it. Very pretty, Rita. Thank you, Rita. Appreciate it. Yeah. All right, but you can't rush goodness. It just can't happen. All right. So I got my good paint. We're gonna go in and oh God. Why do you hate me? Why does this thing hate me? It's because I need new water. That's why it hates me. I need new water and a new palette. All right, hold on, y'all. Let's switch this out really quick. Y'all want in real life? I'm giving y'all real life, real life drama that happens in the studio. You hear me? Real life drama. All right, so I got a different thing going. All right, and now we can fully get into like the turquoisey vibes. Right now, let's fill this in once again. Mm-hmm. Filling it in because we don't want incomplete like streaky weird backgrounds. Nobody wants that. We're not doing that. So yeah, the way it is, we're not doing. And I got on my house painter brush. That's the way it goes. House painter brush. Who called it a house painter brush? That was Rita. Like, oh, you got that house painter brush, girl? Yes, I do. I have the house painter brush. But let me tell you, it does the job. Like for real, you can't even ask for nothing more. For real, it for real does the job. It does it. So pretty. I kind of messed up. Now you know why I say change your palette and change out your what's the name. Hold on. Change out your water because it gets muddy if you don't. Like your palette will get muddy, your water will get muddy, everything will be looking crazy. Don't do. I mean, you could always go back in and paint some more, but yeah, who wants to do that, right? Right? Who wants to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I right? Nobody. Nobody wants to do that. Oh my god, she looks great and beautiful and gorgeous. Okay, I like the green outline, so we're gonna go with that. We're gonna continue with that same theme. And my dirty water, dirty palette, and just dirty everything all the way around the board, right? So I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna add a little bit of white to this green because that's what we're doing. And I'm going right around the perimeter of her head. Now, even though this looks really light right now, it'll eventually darken up. Or you could always go back in and darken it up if you feel like you need to. Doing what we're doing. Paint is super wet too, so the background is still wet, so it's gonna like do this weird, like whatever it's doing now. It's gonna continue to do this weird whatever it's doing now, okay? Go with it. Because remember, when we dry, my camera doesn't like it. They're doing drying right. I'm not gonna be doing any drying right now, okay? All of my life, all of my life. Mm-hmm. Well, hey, Black Karma, how are you? Yes, getting Betty Boop vibes, right? Yes, I love Betty Boop. Boop boopy doo. That's right. That's what she was though. She was so pretty. She was so pretty. I told you, like, she was the Beyonce of her day, y'all. She was the Beyonce of her day. Right? And I just went in and did some more white just because I like that glow right there. So I'm going to, like, reinforce that glow. I'm only going to put it in a certain area, right? I like the glow. And then if you don't like the glow, you could always let it dry and always go back in and just put more of this, the teal turquoisey type of paint. And hopefully you have cleaner water than I do. Hopefully you have cleaner water than I do because I don't know what's going on. You hear me? I don't have a clue what's going on with my water. But we're gonna let it rock. Alright, I'm actually going in because I don't like how much of it. And see, you can fix it. You don't like it. Fix it, blend it out. Mm-hmm. Blend it, blend it, blend it. Do what you want, you guys. Really have fun with it. Doesn't have to be serious, you know? Doesn't have to. Put the glow wherever you see fit, or wherever you think you should put the glow. And put the glow of her. Alright. Put it in there, baby. Put it in there. I'm actually gonna smooth this out because I don't like it. Now just a smidge. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Look at that, y'all. Boom. And we have a pop art painting. A black icon, a starlet, a woman ahead of her time, beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful actress. Okay? And she had beauty that we only aspire to have, that only Beyonce has been blessed with. You only get blessed with beauty like this once in your lifetime. I mean, we all beautiful, right? But yeah. Don't get your hopes up, right? Don't quit your day job. You can only hope to have like this sort of beauty once in your freaking life, and once in a millennia. Oh, you know you're gonna be blessed with this sort of damn beauty, right? Like, and I don't mean like beauty where you put on like 20 pounds of makeup, you get a BBL. Didn't have BBL back then anyway, but and we just pop in her earrings. And I couldn't get a close enough picture to see exactly what these earrings were, but I was so freaking fascinated with them. Like, and it seriously made me want to make jewelry again. Like, I'm like, damn, daddy Zam, right? Like, I need to make jewelry again. Let's do a little bit of a highlight in the eye. Right? Get a little bit of the highlight in the eye. Baby. And it's still super wet. I do not want to dry it because I don't want the camera to cut out. You guys know what it is. I just realized what was cutting my camera out because it was overheating. So I don't want to cut you guys out. So yeah, I'll sign it and put the finishing touches on it later, my gals. But you can see how pretty, how beautiful. She's a beauty queen. Good old Dorothy Dandridge, the inspiration behind Marilyn Monroe. Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. Marilyn seemed like she literally copied her look for real. That's what I was trying to say about that. Because I know she was out around the same time as Marilyn, or maybe before Marilyn. Because I know she was doing movies like in the 40s, and Marilyn came out in the 50s. But then again, like I was telling somebody earlier in the stream, those big time like studios like MGM and Paramount and all them studios like that, those studios made all of their starlets look the same. So it really wasn't like major, you know what I mean, like differences. So I don't know, but they really look alike. And but you know, She was beautiful. You know, and on top of being beautiful, she cared about civil rights, right? Was heavily involved in that. She cared about civil rights and she cared about what happened to her fellow African Americans and her fellow people. She cared about that sort of stuff. I mean, you can't beat that with a bat. Nowadays, you know, trying to get somebody to like care about politics or care about, you know, their own people is like pulling freaking teeth. And speaking of that, if you guys want to support the movement, make sure you check the link in the description, especially if you happen to be pun the replay. Check the link in the description. Um, I have a good organization you guys can donate to. And yeah, this is an organization I actually like and I actually believe in. And I actually know that they're out there doing the work and they're on the front lines, caring about what's happening to us and da 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 da. You know, you can donate and all of those things and blah blah blah. And the link is always going to be available. I'm never going to take it down, so you can always go into the description whether you're here in February or you're here um in January. It really doesn't matter. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm cooking? Okay. Mhm. We love that for you. Okay, and yeah, I love you guys so much. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. At least I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you guys have any questions, you can always put them down below, especially if it's after the stream. I read all comments and I try to comment as much as I can. We will be back again on Friday for another Black icon. We are doing Josephine Baker. We're doing Josephine Baker on Friday. So it's gonna be super duper exciting, and I hope to see you guys there. And I'll be posting. You can always get the traceable if you want to paint along with me over on Patreon. And now available right now. And that's it. Black Karma says, I love this. Da 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 da. Yes. And I love you guys so much. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.